Good afternoon, Paula.
Good afternoon.
I'm being yelled at for saying good evening. They're watching this at 6 o'clock. That's why I always say good evening.
I'm finding the sun is so blinding right now. I'm not used to this.
Just not used to the sun being out here, no.
This is great.
Big day here today, though. Vineyard's over here, six games, boys, girls soccer, field hockey. We're at the girls soccer one here.
I was talking to Coach Taylor, and they are a 750 team right now. I thought they were batting 500, so right now they're at 750 percentile. They've got 5 big games coming up, all conference. Right now they're 1-0-1. Their only tie was against Martha's Vineyard, so this is going to be a great game.
Yeah, when you say 75%, you're talking about in their division, because they play teams out of their division, which counts against their record. So their overall record is not the 75%; it's the 75% to get them into the tournament. And that's what they're looking at right now, making a tournament. Because when you make the tournament, we've seen it in sports at all levels. You can get hot and move along.
Right. So just like the Patriots, now is showtime. They've got their good teams, and it's time to go.
Okay, we'll be back for the opening kickoff.
Rasha Kelly, left midfield, senior. Lily Bartlett, defensive midfield, senior. Lauren Dupree, center defense, senior. Luli Day, center midfielder, senior. Haley Johnson, center defense, senior. Sanika Weber, center mid and striker, senior. Caitlin Belanger, defense, senior. Ruby DuPont, right midfield, junior. Rennie Waddell, defense, junior.
Waverly Brannigan, forward, junior.
Sydney King, defender, junior.
Bella Coutone, outside D, junior.
Emerson Milne, forward, sophomore. Quinn LeBrack, midfield, junior. Jillian Antonietti, right midfield, junior. Katie Genthiner, right wing, and junior. Evelyn Pye, midfielder, striker, sophomore. Macy Kroll, goalkeeper, sophomore. Marianne Vasquez, forward, sophomore.
Good evening. Welcome to Real Sports TV. Some of our fine sponsors, Sun Out and a Few, the UPS Store, The Bean, Grey Lady Properties, The Brotherhood, Murray's Toggery, The Beauty Bar, The Dog Wash, Prodigy Castle, Pumpkin Pond Farm, The Islander, Hatch's Package Store, The Homestead, Nantucket Culinary, Holgate's Island Laundry, The Bounty Flakes Steamship Authority, Max Smart Solar Power, Marketone Architect, Harbor Fuel, Don Allen Ford, Congdon Coleman Insurance, Island Pharmacy, Island Variety, BPC Architecture, The Corner Table, Champion Rentals, Billy Built Automotive, The Scrim Handler Gallery, The NRTA, Joe Rapaki, Island Lumber, Santa's Rubbish Removal, Randy Alfred Heating and Cooling, Peach Fresh Fish Prints, Island Fencing, Fairgrounds Restaurant, Keeper's Restaurant, Fawcett Man Plumbing, Nantucket Architect Group, The Jewelry Gallery, Valero & Sons, Just Do It 2 Sport Kitchen, Nantucket Health Department, Nantucket Visitor Center, Boys and Girls Club, Kitty Murtaug's, The Boathouse, Seagrill, Fast Forward, Espresso to Go, Island Carpets, Ryder Electric, Nantucket Electrical Contractors, Nantucket Estate Jewelry, Cavalier Gallery, Rick's Paint and Maintenance, Island Flooring, Island Kitchen, Arrowhead Nursing. We thank all these fine sponsors. If you'd like to be a sponsor of Real Sports TV, Gino TV, it's just $15 a week. Give Gino a call, 508-292-2203, and know that your sponsorship helps keep independent community-based TV alive on Nantucket. Well, Paula, you mentioned something before we started. The sun is out. I don't know if I can do a whole game in the sun. I might have to get inside the cab and get some lotion on me. First one, right, TV?
Open your shirt up and lower your mic a little bit. It's splashing against your throat.
I have to say the weather has cooperated finally for soccer, and it hasn't arrived on a better day than Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket. These two teams met a couple weeks ago, tied game at 1-1. So this is going to be a scrappy fight. I'm giving the edge to Nantucket because we're on the home turf. We've got Mary Kroll in between the pipes. She's done a great job all season, and I think Nantucket is starting to pick up their momentum, Dick, getting more confident as they go, really working on their pass dribble game, inside out.
We haven't seen them in about 3 weeks now. We saw a couple of the games at the beginning, and then they've been on the road, so it's nice to have them back here. This game is actually supposed to be on the road. They flip-flop. But when you get a nice day here, it's unbelievable, as opposed to the last couple of days here when the wind was coming in from 5 different directions, not 4 directions, 5 directions.
40-mile-an-hour winds, I know, and we live to tell. But I've been following dribs and drabs of them in the newspaper, and you've got so many solid players in this team. You've got Shanika Weber, number 6, in that midi position. You've got Ruby DuPont, you know, legend in her own right on the field. Haley Johnson back in defensive position, who's done an outstanding job. Lily Bartlett, Luli Day, Rosha Kelly. I mean, you can just kind of rattle these names off throughout the season that are doing an outstanding job. Rennie Waddle for Nantucket.
Yeah, 6 seniors, 9 juniors, so it's a veteran club here, and they would like to make a stand, beat the Vineyard after the tie over there. That would be a nice back home and away with the Vineyard, and that would help them to get to the tournament, which is their ultimate goal.
Right, and a lot of these seniors, as you were saying, this is it for them with their Martha's Vineyard game. Nice press by Kelly. Ooh. That was a close, you know, and that was a kind of an easy dribble shot, if you will, to cross in front of the net.
Yeah.
Didn't have a whole lot of kick on it, but the way it just bounced right at that last nanosecond, I think was a little confusing. The goalie was caught off.
Yeah. That's what happens when you bounce it in. I see a lot of shots that come in on the air to the goalie, and those are easier saves. If you bounce it in front of her, then you don't know how the bounce is going to come up, you know?
Yeah, it was a definite dribble, and I think the term explains itself as definite dribble. But
a nice shot there, almost caught that outside post. The Vineyard goalie was shuffling over there, and it went a little bit wide.
Luli Day had a beautiful bend on that hook of a shot, just missing the corner. Look for her to be solid today, as she always is.
Number 17 for the Vineyard is very quick. They've sent it down the line a couple of times, and Nantucket's got to keep an eye on her.
Nice job by Bartlett, keeping it, get it away from that goal, clear it to the sides. Ooh. I didn't think that was intentional, did you?
It wasn't, but
they're calling it.
They're calling it. When you get into intentional and non-intentional, you could be all day long trying to figure it out.
I love how as soon as it happens, they push one another under the bus. Like she said, she did it. It's like having small. He did it. He took it. I thought it looked unintentional, but there you have it.
Watch the power.
10 yards back from the goalkeeper. Let's see what happens. Oh boy.
Oh, big save. Big save there.
Great save by Mary Kroll. Really great.
Great save.
I think what's concerning me just watching the Vineyard on first blush is I think they're going to be going to the air quite a bit. And it's one thing the Whalers haven't been able to really do this season. So let's see how the first half goes. And as you and I have spoken through the years, their first half is never their best half.
No. But both teams have to be sky high now. The Vineyard came over here. I forgot to ask if they had to go to Woods Hole and up to Hyannis, or I don't know if the inter-island boat's still running. I know that was a possibility playing these games in October where you could use the inter-island boat. But when you have, Vineyard brought over what? 1, 2, 3, 16. They brought over 16. 2 field hockey, 4 soccer. You do the math on that, and you're talking about 120 plus kids. That's a good part of the high school. All grade levels there, coaches, adults, fans. So, you get a lot of camaraderie on the boat, talking about the games, talking about this and that. So they're certainly fired up for this game. So it's very important for Nantucket to keep them off the scoreboard here early. We'll see how quick 17 is.
Nice job to the air. Caitlin Belanger covering that. But yeah, number 17 is concerning me. Is the Booster Club feeding all 289 approximately that have come to the island?
Booster Club will feed everybody here today, yes.
I am not smelling linguiça, and I had my little mind on it all morning.
They might just about be lighting the grill now because, the first crew of people eating will be around 3 o'clock or so. Now, my first initial reaction is, will they feed everybody together after the second game, like at 5 o'clock? That's a possibility
I think
too.
the 3 works with my schedule. I'll be ready by
You'll be
then.
ready by 3?
Yeah, I'm imagining eating
All
that.
you have to do is get a pair of pink socks and put them on and walk over there.
I'm in.
They'll think you're part of the team.
Absolutely. 33-23 on the clock right now. It's been a little bit slow moving, but as Dick has been pointing out, number 17, she's got a solid performance for the Vineyard, and she looks to be perhaps their best, if not lethal, weapon out of the players, Dick.
Well done.
She's certainly the quickest, that's
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely. You know what I'm thinking when I'm watching their goalie from the Vineyard? They really got to play their cards right in their front line, because I don't know why their goalie seems to hesitate a little bit, and I'm hoping that's going to play back in a positive way for Nantucket. But I guess we'll know as this unfolds.
Once they put a little pressure on it, we'll find out. They had the one shot that went a little wide right.
Waverly Brannigan. You know, I was thinking about soccer the other day, in addition to anything else running through my mind at rapid fire speed.
Was that like 3 o'clock in the morning?
Pretty much, yeah. I think I'm ADD and I just never knew it. But at any rate, Waverly Brannigan, last season and the season before, she was crushing the goals. She's been relatively quiet this season.
She is quiet this year. Last year, I can remember it seemed like some phenomenal number, like 10 out of the first 15 goals went to her. She was scoring left and right. Yeah, so she has cooled off a bit, and that's a good thing. And maybe we can investigate and find out for the tournament game.
Yeah, well, I think that's a part. I mean, you've got Ruby Dupont, face facts, tremendous all-around soccer player on the field, one of the best we've seen. And likewise for Lulu Day. And last year they didn't have Lulu Day. Haley Johnson is going to block it. Stay with her, Haley. Oh, brilliant.
Oh! The goalie's hurt.
The goalie's hurt. Hey, dropped up.
How did she get hurt?
I didn't see the ball
I didn't see her get hurt. I saw the shot go across.
That's what I saw.
I think she made the initial save. I don't know if she ran it with her head or not.
Well, we'll know when we see the replay.
I think she took it to her head on the initial play, and then it came down and it crossed. But yeah, she definitely took it to the nose area. And you know, credit to Haley Johnson, who just like stepped into the role of goalkeeper there.
Well, that was an unbelievable sequence for the Whalers there, because not only did she make the initial save, but the ball comes out to right near a girl who was standing exactly in front. She couldn't get a foot on it, but then the second girl does get her foot on it and hammers it right off the post.
Right.
So it was a big...
Yeah, I had a pregnant pause there within my speech, because I thought, oh, this is going to get tucked right into the corner.
I thought... There it goes, keep it up! I thought the second one was going in for sure. You know, you don't usually dodge 3 bullets. You know, the first shot, the second one where the girl did not get a foot on it, and then the third one that she did get a foot on and hammered it right off the post. So we have the backup goalie coming in. Do we know her name?
Let me see if I can look at her. Oh wow, we do have the backup.
Yeah, we sure do.
Is this? I'm gonna have to ask.
And it's not like any other sport where they sort of give the player coming in for the injured player a little warm up. She gets 0 warm up.
She got 0 warm up.
I guess all sports don't do that. I know in baseball, a new pitcher comes in, they give him as much time as he wants. But
Were you happy with that result last night, Dick?
Am I happy with the baseball?
Yankees winning.
No, I didn't like the Yankees winning.
You really don't like them.
Nice throw by Belanger. I don't know.
Houston still has a 3-2 lead, and they're home for the next 2 games.
I want Houston.
Big steal there.
Let's go, Ruby. She's got Brannigan. Set it up, cross it, get it in, get it. Do it again. Do it again.
Brannigan just couldn't get there in time.
That's what you want. Maybe Waverly heard us talking when I was saying she's been a little bit quiet this season. That's how you want to set that up in that front line from the wing, cross it over. Bada bing, bada boom, as they say.
Finishing Gino's thought there, no, I'm not a Yankees fan, but Houston is still up 3-2, and they got the next 2 at home, so they still got a good
Brannigan.
shot.
Let's go, Waverly. I like Houston. I've always...
2 at home. They changed that? I thought they played the 7th game.
No, the first 2 at home, the next 3 on the road, and the last 2 at home.
You don't know. Thank you. Right now 30, 43 on the clock. And I'll tell you, the Vineyard has brought a lot of people.
Well, that's probably the JV or the varsity. That's probably the varsity soccer. No, that's the varsity soccer
JV,
team.
yeah.
No, because the JV boys are probably playing now.
Okay.
Are Martha's Vineyard kids over
Those are the Vineyard
That's
kids.
Vineyard, yeah. That's an
Yeah,
imposing group
they're
they
going to be
have.
playing the 3 o'clock game.
Vasquez Cruz.
Marianne Vasquez Cruz. Oh, you know what? Thank you, Dr. Koza. Marianne Vasquez Cruz is in the goal, and you know what? She was one of my favorites 2 games ago, if you recall. She was really fast, furious on the field.
Now, you know, see, with that substitute, now Nantucket's missing a sub on the field because she came onto the field and just what you were saying, she was quick and fast. We'll see if we can get a lead on whether the regular goalie will come back.
You know what? Something tells me Mary Kroll is going to come back out. Go, Ruby. Let's go, Ruby. Great foot control, great awareness on the field. She's looking to cross it up there. Oh, that's what they want to keep doing, though. Peppering, wearing down that front line. I like it.
Ruby seems to have a lot more speed than the defender on this side here. She's got around
We'll take
her.
it.
She's got around her a couple of times.
We'll take it. I think Nantucket just settles down, gets rid of the jitters, so to speak. You know, they seem a little bit nervous in that first 10 minutes. I think we've got game. We've got some good players out there, Dick. That's for sure. Nice job by Bartlett. 17, now known as Maria.
Maria.
My middle name is Marie, but on my social security card it says Maria.
Is that right?
I need to get it changed, yes. Now that I paid my parking tickets.
You will pay for it when you try to get on a plane someday.
I have a passport.
And they say, you can't get on the plane. You can't get on a plane. Your name is spelled wrong.
Somebody that I was once married to filled the form out and put Maria. It's Marie. So now I need to get a new card.
Marie.
Marie is my middle name, but it says Maria on my social security card. Maybe I'm never going to get social security. I mean, when you think about it,
that's another possibility.
that could be a problem.
That could be a problem, Paula.
Right.
As you creep towards that stage in your life.
Oh, creep is the operative word.
Ladies, watch rebound.
Right
All
now,
right, a tough hole here for the Whalers. They can't get it to 17. Marie in there.
let's go. Eye on the ball, eye on the ball. We dodged the bullet.
Yeah, that was a nice kick.
Great kick.
And it just hung up there to the Whalers' benefit. So she did not have to make a jump for her.
No, but I was holding my breath on that one.
Marianne is not as tall as
Let's go, straight up.
Macy.
But she's got great skills. I mean, she's got
She's
enough athletic-
quicker.
She's quick.
She's
got
not
that.
as tall. So
Hold my hand. That was a crazy.
I am.
Can we have a timeout so I can go and talk to her? That was a ballsy move on her part. I had to say that on the air. Wow.
She's quick, but maybe she thinks she's quicker than she is. That was a little bit. Well, and here comes the first string goalie back. Macy's getting ready to go back in.
Macy, who I keep calling Mary. Let's go, Macy.
You can't let her beat you to that ball!
Thank you, Dr. Coase. We might even hear him swear today. This is going to get good. Let's go, Shanika. Caitlin Belanger staying with her man on 17. Pressing.
Right back in.
I don't know if we should say this. They might want to put a little... Caitlin Belanger's good, but they might want to think of somebody maybe a little bit taller to kind of mark with 17 because she's taller. She's got game.
Yeah.
Caitlin's doing an outstanding job right now, but she's going to get tired.
Nantucket takes a timeout here. A, to get the goalie back in, but B, to I think they got to talk
Regroup.
about what they're doing in the defensive end. Nantucket's had a couple of offensive end plays that didn't pan out, but Vineyard's had a ton of offensive plays on their end, and Nantucket is very lucky that the score is not like 2-0 at the moment. They've been firing at them and crazy, and Nantucket's got to up their game, as you say, Paul, on defense a little bit.
This is this is not the idea of my Hail Marys. The Hail Marys are, the Gerard Phelan kick 96 yards down to the air. I'm saying the Hail Marys because they're scaring me.
All right, we're here in the first half. The Nantucket ladies against the Vineyard ladies. Portions of the first half brought to us by Don Allen Auto Center. New and used vehicles on sale at Don Allen. They service all makes and models. State inspections. If your state inspection number is 10, you have about another 10 days to get over there.
that would be me.
That would be
Thank you for reminding me. I've got 10 more days. Yes.
You got an R.
If you get an R on,
Restricted?
if you get an R on it, you have a week to get it fixed, and you just keep your fingers crossed that you don't get stopped again while you got that R on you.
Boy, you really know the rules and
The ins,
regs. Wow.
the ins and outs.
I'm very impressed. Very impressed. How much is a parking ticket?
I ride my bike.
too late.
I ride my bike into town, Paul. So
I can
I
tell
have
you.
never been fortunate enough to get a parking. How much?
$25, and if you delay in paying it, they can hit you with an additional $25.
Okay, now.
So they were loving me the other day with my parking ticket.
Now, yesterday I was reading the Enquirer Mirror, Nantucket's newspaper of record, and they're talking about paid parking in the downtown area. What's that all about?
You know,
It's coming, Dick. By next year, it'll be there.
well, you know, they have the valet
figure it
service
out.
down there, and many times those spaces are empty, which kind of riles me, if you will, because I do work downtown. I am down there a lot, and yes, you forget after
They're
an
going to do
hour.
it by license plate.
25, 45.
I don't know.
Yeah, they are in GPS.
Unbelievable. And what are they going to cut? What are they going to charge for that?
I mean, it's not in stone yet, but most likely you'll get like an hour or two free.
Really?
And then after that, you'll get paid, and then it'll just be sent to you through your you know, I don't know how you sign up or
Credit card?
yeah, it
Yeah.
tells you.
Good up.
All right, 25 minutes left here in the first half. Still 0-0, and that's
How
a
about a push on
big
there
plus.
or what?
A big plus for the Whalers.
And I thought that was a push on
I thought
the Vineyard.
I thought that was a call going the other way myself.
Yeah, I thought it was on Rocha Kelly, a push from behind. And thank you, Nana. We'll find somebody in heaven. Thank you, Nana.
How about St. Maria?
St. Maria, there you go.
How
Nice
about
stop.
Maria from The Sound of Music?
Oh, one of my favorite movies. The hills are alive.
Careful.
Careful, careful, get it away, get it away! Wow.
Good defense there.
Nice recovery by Luli Day. Great awareness. She was able to spin on
Lauren
that.
Dupree made a nice play on that one too.
Oh, Lauren Dupree. We can't say enough good things about her.
You got to sing a little bit more because there were rave notices. The young lady from Austin that we had the other day singing some.
Margaret Dixon. Her
Margaret
name
Dixon.
haunts me.
She
I've been
was-
driving around looking for teepees. I can't find any.
Margaret gave us a little Megan Trainor concert, and people liked it. They're calling in asking for more.
I can't hold a candle to Margaret Dixon, but right now her father's driving her to hockey in Hingham. I can tell you that. She is a type A personality. My goodness. I love her.
Do
But
you think Margaret has found out her uncle's first name yet? Have to call
she said, Mr. Dixon, my uncle.
Dixon.
And then we called him Uncle Mr. Dixon. Wow.
Most people usually refer to their uncle and aunt with Uncle Bill or
Yes.
Aunt Mary. No.
Yes.
I don't think I knew half of my uncles and aunts' last names.
I have Bo in my phone as Nephew Bo.
Nephew Bo.
And he texted me today. That's what I have him in my Biz in my phone. His daughter Biz. Molly's in his Princess Molly in capitals. She put that in. It was not my choice, but
She
yeah,
is a princess. Why
Yes.
shouldn't she?
she is. I know. Nice job, Shanika Weber. Bring it up. Let's go, Ruby.
I like that, though. I like that. Come on.
Let's go. Let's go.
Keep
Do
it
it
up,
again.
Ruby.
Let's go, Shanika. Let's go, Lauren.
Look up. Find someone.
I like how Dr. Kozart is saying that. Look up. Oftentimes they tend to look at the ground and need to look up and what's ahead of them. Nice play by Weber. DuPont is spot on today, Dick.
Go, Ella.
Nice job. Lauren Dupree, excellent header.
Channel!
Nice
Here she
move.
goes. Setting it up, stay with it. Her teammates need to be telling her man on, pressure. Nice kick, get it up, let's go! We're gonna be yelling a lot in this game. I remember we were talking the other day about coaches that are trying to tell players a little too much information.
Yeah.
You wonder how much of that conversation that player took in.
Well, she probably hears a name, and then after that she just says, your coach, your coach.
Yeah.
Not taking in what he's saying, but just agreeing with him. She knows that'll get him from stop yelling at him by agreeing with him.
There must be actual studies on record that they've tested that with student athletes and coaches and seeing how much they take in, wouldn't you think? I would think that'd be an interesting study. Let's go, Shanika, trap that ball, trap it. Nice job getting it up there to Ruby.
Yeah. These are all for college players getting paid, right, Jeff?
I think they should, yeah, that would
Let's go, Evelyn. I'm counting on you.
that would make it more competitive. Right now there's sort of a group of 10 or 12 teams that are in the same place every year.
Right.
And then after that, there's a group of another 10 or 12 teams that sneak in there once in a while. And then there's a group of 200 teams that never get there.
How's that going to make a difference?
Pretty high.
Well, if they make the amount of money each school spends the same.
Oh, I see.
Well, they're not going to
So if
decide.
Appalachia State can have just as much money as Alabama to spend, then Appalachia State should get some good players and then become competitive with Alabama at some point.
I love Appalachian State.
Yeah.
Virginia.
But I mean, right now, Alabama's probably got
Huge.
10 times the amount of money to spend that Appalachia State has to spend.
Probably more than that, yeah.
Pick up 9.
No, but they can give scholarships and stuff like that.
Right.
And
Let's go, Evelyn.
They can have training rooms. If you have a prospect and you go in and you see a rickety bench where you're going to dress in one facility, and then you go in a second facility and you see this, chaise lounge chair in front of the lockers. Which one are you going to pick?
Right. Well, they're not going to make a final decision until what, 2023? Is that right? They're just kind of starting to filter
starting
this
to talk
out.
about it. Yeah, they're just starting to talk.
Starting
about
a conversation.
Scholarships, though. I mean, there's only
go,
so much money
Evelyn.
to go around.
Let's go, Evelyn. Let's go, Shanika. Sorry.
Academic.
I guess to be determined. The goalie's
We'll
coming up
find
real
out.
far.
I mean, those are all, the questions you're asking, Gino, are one of the questions they're going to have to try to figure out in this proposal.
Yeah, I think they're a long ways from having this debate settled.
I don't know if I like it.
Go, Maria. Nice. Julia, back her up.
It has to be finer tuned for me
Too far
to
away, Julia.
perhaps like it. 5, bringing it up to Luli Day. Shanika Weber.
Well, it's not. Yeah,
Let's go.
Go, Liza.
I think what Gino's thinking is they're going to just give Mr. or Mrs. X, $50,000 next year to play their sport. I don't think it's going to work that way, Gino.
Right. Let's go, Evelyn. Corner kick up. I can't see that man.
No
He's
corner
standing.
kick. Goes over to the Vineyard. About halfway through the first half, it's still 0-0, and Nantucket has to be very happy that it's still 0-0.
Their goalie's taking quite a bit of time, though, to get this ball off as they regroup. Fast and furious is what you want.
She's not a strong kicker.
No, I see potential for them scoring on her, is what I'm saying. That's what I've been saying. Right now we've got Macy Kroll back in. Macy Kroll back as goalkeeper.
Kick, but she came out a lot further in this one.
Nice job by Belanger. So we're going to see Marianne Cruz Vasquez play. And remember she scored that goal 2 games ago when we were looking into that silver ball, if you will. She played really well, Dick. I like her on the
She had
field.
a good game that day.
Let's go, Luli Day, pressing towards
There's the
midfield.
runner. There's the runner.
Let's
They're
go,
trying to
Lauren.
get it to 17.
Nice job, Lauren! Lauren Dupree has one of the best kicks in the business, so to
She
speak.
does.
Nice job.
She does. we'd like to see one or two of them today. Last year she put on a clinic there in a couple of games we did with some nice outside kicks.
Right.
I can see her dad over there, not filming today. That's a rarity.
Not working is a rarity. Standing and watching the game. Good for Paul. Nice drop back by Lily Bartlett. How deep is their team? I'm like looking over here.
1, 2, 3. I see
Three.
at least 3 jerseys, probably 4 on the bench. This makes 5.
We have injuries on our side. Katie Genthner's injured with her knee and her ankle. And another player, I can't recall the name, so there's 2 down. I think we put Lydia Johnson in. They'll never know the difference. Nice kick back. Everybody's chasing the ball. Trap it and make a play. Let's go, Evelyn. Set it up. Let's go, Shanika.
Put it back. Nice ball up.
Nice drop by.
Go, Sean.
Nice stop. Nice stop. Just not enough juice on that. She's got to. They've got to follow through with those.
Yeah, she had a potential score in front of the net, but she couldn't get it over there. She was being hounded from behind, so that
She
hampered
sure
this
was.
kick.
Now, she's an excellent player, but she's definitely being. They're well marked. Martha's Vineyard's done a nice job of focusing on which players should be in what position. Ruby DuPont back in. Oh, I like this combination. Ruby DuPont, Evelyn Fye. It's our new law firm. And Haley Johnson.
We have another girl
Nice job,
down.
Lily. Boy, remember the boys' game the other day? There were so many injuries, one right after the other.
Little days.
I think she got the wind knocked out of her.
All right, so this will get
Let's go, Lily.
in there.
Yeah, she definitely got the wind knocked out of her. She's been on the go since the 40-minute mark, Dick, with 16:24.
This gets one of the spark plugs in that we've seen in the past off the bench, Marion Vasquez Cruz. And so it's interesting. She subs in twice. She subs in twice this half at 2 completely different
She'll
positions.
be coaching next thing you know. She's nice and low to the ground. She's just a spitball, ball of fire. I like watching her. Is that her brother, perhaps, that plays on the boys' team?
I would assume so.
Yeah, that would be a guess.
A good guess.
Good guess. Let's go, pressure, pressure. Nice grab, nice job.
Maybe she scoops it up before it becomes free.
Rosha Kelly right there.
That's important.
Let's go.
I think
Let's go.
Nantucket's strength is going to be if they can
Stay with it, Marion.
they can hold Vineyard to just one shot on net like that.
Right. Nice circling.
Because it's the second and third shot coming your way, Paula.
Haley Johnson, nice job. Let's go, Haley.
Good job, everybody. Play. Good up, 50. Good. Good stick.
I remember this ref from last year.
The comedian. It's the comedian.
Is this a comedian
Remember
again?
he's going to tell us a joke? He did have a joke earlier.
We could do a whole show on the refs, just called The Refs. The Refs.
Straight up. Good job.
Cast of characters. Cast of characters.
Let's go. Keep working.
Remember the one 2 games ago that was yelling non-stop?
Everybody's ready to play.
Remember in the old days when they would have a like an end of the year team party or something like
Right.
that at the end? Different people would get invited, and it'd be a fun time to invite a couple of the refs. Get the refs in there. Give him a beer or two and ask him what's really on his mind.
So go Brannigan! Oh, she had that ball. She was just one step behind it, and she unfortunately lost it. That was a surefire goal. We want her to do it again. This is the most explosive I've seen her play, albeit the other 2 games that we covered. I think she's on her A game today. She's fired up to get it. Nice job by Kelly trying to get it up to 5. I love how 5 shares, drops it back, sets it up. Well done. Let's go, Nantucket. Let's go, Haley. Nice hustle. Nice job, Haley.
Gets it in there. Oh, what a cross.
Oh, that was a beautiful setup. Nice, nice. Do it. Come on, come on. Oh, keep it in, Kelly. Oh, almost. Bend it a little more. Let's go.
Good set there. That was a good offensive set.
Remember I was saying with DuPont and Evelyn Fye, Johnson in the back. I like this combination they've got going right now. They're strong. They're strong on both wings.
A lot of pushing there between Ruby and number 20 on the Vineyard.
Oh, Fye is all the way over. Oh, that's not Fye. I'm sorry. Number 23 on that side is. Oh, that's Rennie Waddle. Her hair looks blonder today. It could be the sun.
It's the sun.
It's the sun. Everybody looks lighter and brighter.
The sun does to me. I look like a blonde on a sunny day in July.
Keep that number 20's using her hands an awful lot.
Funny day in July. 12 minutes on the clock.
All right.
Oh, my hair would get so blonde in the sun back there. Let's go.
All right.
Good for Coach Taylor, speaking up for what he feels isn't right. We don't want him to get a flag, though.
No.
Coach.
Well, that's,
Penalty kick?
it depends on what level. I mean, it would
Yeah.
be, first thing, he'd be asked to leave the field, so he wouldn't be able to finish the game coaching. I don't know if there's a level that gets to the penalty kick or not.
Nice job. He better be careful that he doesn't get to the point of a penalty kick. That ref does not seem happy, but Athletic Director Morey seemed to be in agreement with Taylor. He doesn't like what he's seeing. Nice hustle. Oh, wow, that was a push. Nice job, Haley!
Both the official and the coach got their point across. The coach got the official to acknowledge that he can't see everything.
Let's go, Shanika!
And then he told the coach that that's the end of it, you know. So now the coach knows that he can't be vocal.
Drop back, Haley. Drop back. Oh. Good pass, but you know, a great interception there by.
Yeah. Ooh.
They're not calling.
Wow.
They're not calling the tackles or the collisions. No.
Yeah, let them play.
I say play ball, Rennie Waddle. You know what? She's well on her way to a Tommy point. Great playing. And there's Paige Albertson's mom over there. Excuse me, he's been
checking things out.
Yeah, I love it when you see the parents from the past come back to support the kids. And Paige is playing goalie at Mass Maritime. I see a lot of posts. That's the one good thing about Facebook. I love seeing what the kids are doing and so on and so forth. And now that my kids are grown enough to check up on them anymore, so to speak, as to what they're doing.
Check up on other kids, huh?
Exactly. That's how the whole thing started. I'm like, I'm going to keep an eye on you. Well, kids post crazy, you know, things that they're not thinking clearly on, which could come back to bite them down the road. Let's go, Blue! Let's go, Haley! How was homecoming? I missed all that.
It was nice, yeah. It was nice. Good parade. I saw the start of the parade. I was on my bike and I watched them leave.
Any of the soccer girls in the homecoming?
I forget who the king and queen was really.
Guys don't pay attention to that.
When Sue Gardner was here.
Oh, I loved her.
Yeah, she was the head of the student council.
Beautiful play.
She would give us a copy of everything going on, plus who the king and queen was. They're not calling anything.
Wow. Holy baboli. Yeah, that should have been. The Sue Gardner was great. Remember?
And so when they were announcing the king and queen at halftime, we knew who they were.
Right.
You know,
so we could talk about them a little bit.
Now we have our backs to it. Everything's being said on the other side of the field. You pick up very little.
Right.
And you hate to give wrong information. I do know that a boys soccer player won only because all the football players were in uniform, and afterwards they came back to the locker room.
Oh, nice.
And the king was over there. So I do know it was a soccer player.
We love it. I tell you, we've got 9:07 on the clock, and this game is going true to book form. 0-0 tie, Dick. It's going to be a captivating second half.
I think it was a 1-1 tie the
Yep.
first time around.
And I'm now starting to see why. Both sides have little hiccups that concern me when I'm watching them, little things they want to tighten up. But I like what I'm seeing, the explosiveness of these girls. If they can keep that up the second half, I think they can chip away and get it done.
Now, Vineyard's overall record is like 3-8-2, but
Okay.
they're only one game below 500 in the division. They're a Division III school too, just like Nantucket.
Interesting.
So to get into the tournament, it's just your Division III. So
Right.
they're still alive, and Nantucket's still alive, as you said. So
Presser,
a big game for both teams here
Presser! Sorry.
to win.
Nice hustle. Nice hustle by Marianne. Oh yeah, the second half, this is going to be great. I might not even watch Clemson today, go figure.
Who's Clemson playing
I think
today?
they're playing Louisville.
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 Well, what are they, favored by 28?
I
against
don't
Louisville?
know. Probably pretty high, but they've been making me nervous. I'm not a member of the Trevor Lawrence Hair Club anymore. I'm like, he's getting me nervous. Rafael Nadal got married today, though. My guy, I love him.
Did he?
Yes, to his high school sweetheart.
Hey.
Love him.
Well, I saw her in the stands.
Yep. Yeah, I've seen him play a few
Finally
times.
did it.
14 years.
Wow.
Get in there!
Can you imagine being at his wedding with all those ticks he has? He's probably checking the shirt and the tie and the jacket and the pants and the shirt and the tie and the jacket and the underwear. I've watched him up close and personal, and it is a sight to behold as he goes through that, like a Nomar Garcia power every time with the...
We ought to ask Gino to swing the camera up to the hill on our right here. The Brannigans are all meeting up there. I bet they got a little grill going.
It's like a cult.
I bet they got a little grill going
Yeah, I
up
love
there.
it, the Brannigans.
Grilling some
A
shrimp
little
for lunch.
grill. I can hear the fire department coming right now. Press, break this up, get it away. Ooh. Nice hustle. Nice hustle. I love what I'm seeing right now, Dick. They're playing well. Nice job, Nantucket. Barring any injuries, if this ends up coming to a tie, then we have to do what?
No overtime.
The penalty kicks. No overtime?
No overtime
Even?
in regular season.
Oh,
no.
regular season. Okay,
Yeah,
so if it was,
you got to get to the tournament.
the tournament is the best of 5. Right?
Tournament, well,
Penalty kick.
I think you have 2 10-minute periods after the regulation.
And if
then
that-
after that, you go to the shootout,
The shootout, the penalty
which
kick.
is
Yep.
best of 5.
Best of 5. I remember we've covered that.
Get it!
Let's go, Marianne! Press! Nice hustle!
I always remember a playoff game. I think it was maybe the boys when when we basically had to get some cars with lights on.
It was pitch dark. I remember that. And cold and raw. It was, again, more than I've signed up
Good
for.
Nantucket weather.
Beautiful. Nice.
Oh,
Let's go!
Handball!
That should have been a hand.
Handball.
Boy, he's not
Yeah,
seeing
18.
anything.
Yeah, I'm not impressed with this. Nice job, Haley.
He must be practicing his jokes down there, so he's got his mind on
He
elsewhere.
needs to get with the program, though. I'm not real thrilled about it. Speaking of electricity or lights, my brother back home his kids didn't have school for 2 days.
My
electricity.
grandkids on the Cape didn't. Cape Cod Academy. They didn't have power for the last 2 days.
I saw it on the news, all these schools. I text my brother and he's like, Paula, where have you been? Yeah, that's... I'm like, well, it wasn't bad in Nantucket.
There was nothing over here.
Yeah, so I figured if
took a
it's
bike-
nothing here, it's nothing there.
I
That's
took a
what thought.
bike ride. I
saw a girl running in it.
I cut a lawn. I'm saying, what storm?
Right, so my brother thinks I'm just not paying attention. Maybe I'm not, but his kids were home for 2 days.
Nice job, Luke. Good effort.
Well, that'll drive you crazy. When you get stuck with your kids for 2 extra days.
Well-
You signed up to put them to school for 180.
No sympathy. He had just been on vacation in Florida, so he was well rested up to the challenge. Nice job, Haley. Let's go. I think the kids were actually getting antsy, believe it or not, because there was no electricity.
Hey, you buddy up, Marianne?
Let's go, Evelyn! Let's go, Marianne!
Well, it's no fun. It's no fun not having electricity at night. You know?
Right.
During the day, you sort of don't notice it. All right, TV's not on, blah blah blah.
Right.
But then at night, when the whole house is dark,
And his kids are little, 6 years old.
You know, you're running around. I can remember.
Hold on now. You may enter at this time.
I can remember. You know. One thing my wife had was many candles in the house, but all of a sudden, each kid's got their own candle. Now that doesn't make you nervous.
Oh. And
Where are you going?
they're holding it with their bare hand.
I'm going in the bathroom. I said, with the candle?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going into the attic. I like that one. I always remember that.
So you'd have to follow them into the bathroom. What are you going to do with the candle when you're in the bathroom?
We went to the basement once to play ping pong, my brothers and I, with candles. I mean, you think about dangers in the bathroom.
But yeah, I knew you certainly get nervous, yeah?
I said to my brother, how are you charging your phone? He goes, Paula, really? He goes, the car. I'm like, oh, of course, the car. Jillian Antonetti has jumped into the game. Haven't seen a whole lot from her this season. Yep, 5 minutes down.
Ruby, help her!
Let's go, Nantucket, press it! Set it up, set it up!
Good job, Ruby.
Nice job, stay with it, Blue.
You gotta keep playing.
How much time,
Stop
Keith?
with the arms up. You keep playing the game.
And you know what I'm loving from
Less than 2, he's saying.
from a psychological standpoint?
Good job.
Because we are psychologists over here, in addition to many other things, the coach in the vineyard's getting frustrated
Nice up. Do it
by
again.
his verbal assuages there. So that's good. I like that. I want him to get
All right,
frustrated.
blue throw. Okay, hands off, people. Out of bounds. Take a throw. Blue. Here we go.
Chip, cheerio.
Less than 2,
I feel
girls.
like I should be swinging around the main ball or something. All right, Dick, give it to Blue.
I've had 3 kicks today
you're
already.
doing a great job.
This is the most ever.
I love that ball and joint motion. You're doing a nice job. Let's go, Nantucket! Trap it. Evelyn Five's got great awareness. Nice.
Go, Ella.
I'll tell you, I think they'll probably stay with it, Jillian. Jillian Antonetti backing up.
Come on, Mary, go
Let's go, Marianne!
Ella.
Just a little too strong that time. I wish there was one of those ones that died that she could almost catch up to.
I mean, the halftime kind of goes for both sides, but definitely Nantucket's going to regroup and say, listen, we've got number 17. She's fast, scrappy. Maybe change up how they're marking a little bit. I like what I see in Marianne Cruz, though.
All right, we have played 1 half here, and it's still 0-0. Portions of the first half brought to us by Santos Rubbish Removal. We clean up the islands. Go Whalers. We'll take a break and be back with second half action.